Hey, hi, Lisa Marie here. And yes, I've been kind of experimenting with something on myself and figured a couple of things out. One of them is, I don't know which type of surgery you've had, but I had the vertical gastric sleeve, or the sleeve that people call it. And in case you don't know kind of what that looks like, your stomach was this big, and then they staple it off like this and take out that part, and now all you're left with this. So to begin with, I kind of had a stomach probably this big, almost like a football, and now it's this big, like a banana, less than a banana. And the thing is, when we eat and we have different things and we feel full, and maybe you even get that heartburny taste and feeling and whatever, that's because look at where your stomach is. It's right here, protected by your ribs. Well, this one's better. It's underneath, inside your ribs. Your ribs come down here and your stomach is actually up there. So I don't know if you can see it. This is like the belly button. Here's the middle of the body. A little bit of the stomach is here. Oddly enough, when they take out this big portion of stomach, guess what? Your organs kind of shift and move around. The fat moves around, the intestines move around, things move around. And that's why a lot of times when we eat and we get full, that's because there's such a short it's not really a short distance, but it's a way smaller space to get from our throat area, the esophagus, down here to the top of the intestines where your food's gonna go. And you don't really have that much space left in your stomach for it to sit there and digest, right? Which is why we need to take longer time between bites. So, kind of all that, what I've been doing is learning some things about myself and Regain. And it was going back to one of the weird old habits of wearing elastic. Yeah. Leggings are elastic in the waist. Dresses that are all flowy have nothing in the waist except for my underpants, and they're elastic too. So unless you feel like wearing compression garments all the time, which are not very friendly to the girly parts sometimes, what can we do? Well, what I've learned is you will feel where this comes in here and this restriction here at your waist. It'll put pressure on the part of the intestines and the lower part of your stomach to make it not, well, already the sleeve, you don't have that much stretch because they cut out the stretchy part and took it out. Talk fast. So because they took out all this big part and they've left this little part, and we have to take our time doing that. If you're wearing something snug at your waist, right in here, guess what? Your tummy is going to feel that pressure and that restriction. It's kind of like an additional restriction. So what I've been doing is actually wearing pants that have a waistband and a belt. And if I'm wearing a dress, a cute little dress that's all flowy, guess what I do? I put on a belt, a cute belt. And I'm telling you, it's amazing. It is amazing at how restrictive and how much more I can feel my pouch making me feel full and stopping. And the other thing is you really, really, really need to be sitting down when you eat. Why is that? Because your body's like this. So when you're getting this stuff down in here, it's gonna hit a full restriction zone. It's gonna hit this part at your waist where you're sitting, a little bit up as your stomach, but everything's gonna be kind of compressed in there. So when you're sitting like this, it's gotta kind of come down and then it's gotta stop. If you were standing, look what happens. Everything is stretched, everything is long, everything can flow. And if you're eating slow enough between bites, heaven forbid if you're drinking with your bites, don't do it if you have been, because that's not good for you. You're flushing out all your nutrients. That's why you have to take more vitamins. Stop it. But if you're standing up, it's allowing everything to kind of just keep going, and there's no restriction. And especially if it's been a while since you've had your surgery, you're just not gonna feel it. You're not gonna feel the restriction of the tool that the doctors gave you. So I just kind of wanted to share, if you're having troubles and you're thinking you've regained and you just don't quite understand the feeling of full anymore, maybe you've eaten past full way too many times and now you feel like, it's like gone or something like that, try wearing a belt. Try wearing real pants. Real pants. Where I know because I've been there and I still feel comfortable. The pants I'm wearing today are like at least a size or two too big because they're more comfortable in the legs. And that's just part of our fat brain kind of telling us to wear these clothes that are not form-fitting. And if you're like me, I really didn't want my form to be fitted for a very long time. So it's a little hard. It's a little mental hard thing to shift and do. It does feel good. The compliments are nice, but it's weird. It's just really weird. So I thought I would share that with you. If you don't know where your stomach is in your body, most of us think it's way down here in our waist. It's not. It's up higher. It's up here in your ribs. And that's why now, I don't know if you can see, that wasn't good. Well, that's why now when you eat, you feel it up here, you feel it more, because now your stomach starts right here underneath. For women, it's right underneath our breast. If you just lift up your breast, that rib right there, I think there's like 3 or 4, right in there is where your stomach starts, and it kind of goes up at an angle inside of us. And that's it's really up inside of our ribs. It's kind of by the lungs and the liver and the heart. They're all like right in there together. So that's why we feel things. We feel like it's up here sometimes in our chest when we've eaten too much. But that's it. I don't want to keep going. I just wanted to give you that helpful hint that wear a belt. Go find a belt or two. You could do a skinny belt. You can do a medium belt. You could do a big wide belt. It doesn't matter. Just put a belt on. Put on real pants that have a waistband, that don't have elastic, that won't give and won't stretch, and you'll start seeing more results. Okay? Have a great day. Enjoy your Friday, and let me know how it works for you. Okay?